Peace to the gods and earth as the God-born build universal, transmitter of supreme science on earth and in the universe. And this is iGod TV. Welcome back, family. I want to thank everybody that's been tapping in, tuning in, liking and subscribing. And most of all, those who just been following us on this journey, opening up together, becoming one with the universe and activating that power that was given to us from the very beginning. And today, we're going to sum up what we've been going through, what we've been talking about through the slides and through the connection between us and the universe and how we all work together to make all this happen. And today we're going to put it all together, put the pieces together, bring the recipe for activation in, and take it to where we need to be, family, to gain that birthright that's for all human beings. Okay, that's what we've been doing this whole pod, this whole season. We've been breaking it down, reconnecting, connecting the dots. And putting the puzzle pieces together to show exactly how all this comes together and how all this works and the role that we play as human beings in this, And I just want to thank everybody for tapping in, and we're going to break it down today, and we're going to come to this conclusion for season 1, and just be prepared for season 2, full of decoding, more connecting of the dots, on different subjects and different things that need to be cleared up. I feel like throughout the consciousness, of the people itself. You know what I mean? So that's coming for the future, just to let y'all know. And tonight is episode 8, and it's going to be the closing of season 1, Life on Planet Earth season 1, and which is the activation season. All right, it's the realization season, the activation season, and that's exactly what we've been doing on this whole journey. And I thank everybody for following us through on this, and we're here tonight. We're going to bust it down. We do this every time, and every time I pull up, it's straight science. You already know how this go, family. All right. Now, first, we're going to start off with, you already know, today's mathematics. Okay. So it's 9/5/2021. So we got 9/5, 14, plus 2, 16, plus 2, 18, plus 1, 19. 9 and 1 is 10. 1 and 0 is 1, which is the knowledge. And that's what we've been doing, family. We've been hitting knowledge a lot through these episodes, a lot of knowledge and wisdoms, because that's the whole cipher of what this whole season and this whole channel is about. It's a lot of knowledge and a lot of wisdom so we can gain that understanding. You know what I mean? And that's exactly what we're doing here on iGod TV. And I want to thank my family, my staff, the people who help put this together with me, you know what I mean? And keeping me motivated and keeping us going, bringing the information and just tapping in, so we can make all this possible. You know what I mean? And we're going to just continue doing the knowledge. You know what I mean? And tonight, summing things up for season 1, this episode, Let There Be Light. We're going to go into the connection and how things have been manifested and how in the past, this wisdom and knowledge we've been going through has been used and manifested on this planet, and how powerful it is and how limitless it is for us to advance ourselves even more, how it was done in ancient times, So on this episode, we're going to talk about, really on this whole season itself, we've been talking about the journey, searching for that connection, Some of us, we look at it as that journey is we're looking for material things, a relationship, things like that take the place of the real emptiness of that true connection that we have with the creator and where we come from. You know what I mean? And through that journey, you know what I mean? We, like I said, put relationships and material things and all that to take the place of that emptiness, and not knowing, or sometimes knowing, that all these things have the ability to also let us down, to not be able to accomplish that feeling that we actually look for. You know what I mean? We rely on people to make us happy, to be there for us, to you know, to lean on, to do things that help us out throughout life, you know, to help us advance even, you know, and even those things collapse. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's not even their fault. Okay? Because the self-sustainability that you should already have for yourself should never enable anyone to take where your life's going and how your life is off of that balance of that track. Okay? Now, there's nothing wrong with joining in with someone as a team and making things happen, but you can't slack off on your own side because you have that extra crutch or that extra help around, to where if that's gone, then that's the end of what you had before the person even came around. Okay? That's what I mean, you know, or these material things, you know, we always say you can't take it with you, you know what I mean? That's the number one thing. But other than that, it's like a lot of these things don't even have actual value. You can't do nothing with any of these things once you've already bought them. All right, but be forced to use them, you know, and no real actual value to the things that we put it into, to where now you bought the new game system, now you bought the new car, now you got the new stereo system, but it made you no happier than where you were from the beginning before you had it. And even if it does, it's only in those moments, and then it's over after, because you're not going to constantly do that all the time to achieve that feeling that you're looking for, because you're never going to get it from any of those things, you know. And that connection back to what we've been talking about, and that origination, you know, if you can find that in yourself and complete that in yourself, it's easier to obtain the material things and easier to be in those relationships, because you're not looking for them to fill any gaps or holes. Okay. We're looking for people to fill up this emptiness and these holes in us that they didn't even create themselves. Okay. They was created by us, you know, and until we face that for ourselves, we'll never have the ability to break through and obtain the things that we want, or obtain the relationship that we all long for. Okay. And this whole creation is what that's about. Okay. Like, we all know we come from that one, we come from the one source, but we are all our creation is supposed to show the greatness of that source, because we are direct expressions of that source. Okay. Yeah, you can say we're not the creator, we didn't create us and all this. They can say all that they want to say, but they cannot deny the fact that we are the direct expressions of that creation. Okay. Everything is. Vegetation, animal life, all of it is all an expression of that one source, which makes us that source, which makes us all connected. No separation at all. But that separation that we see on this physical level shows us the potential of the creator through every single expression that we see with the eyes. Okay, that's the message of the separation, is to show the greatness of that creator, of that one source, that it can shine, so to speak, like the sun, or send off these rays, so to speak, like the sun. Not saying it is, but saying like that symbolism, and manifest and project all these different things from itself. Okay, that's what we're saying. That's what the separation is about. But through that separation, you see the connection through everything, because we're all made of the same things. You get what I'm saying? So once you can find that peace in yourself and bring that together for yourself, you can start to accept things, and you can start to forgive yourself first about things and move forward to be able to achieve what you need to achieve. That way, when you come across a chance to materialize something, or a chance to get into a relationship with someone you're really interested in, you're not coming in looking for them to do anything but be themselves and who you met them as, and expect them just to do that. You know, the control and the expectancy of things from people is only because of we're looking for something that's empty. You know, you can't, when you stop the expecting, there's no surprise and there's no disappointment, because there's nothing that you expected. you know, and not saying, you might say, well, if you're in love, or you know, that's not necessarily even have to do with love. You love someone, that don't necessarily mean you have to expect them to. People feel like, okay, I love you, so now you don't go anywhere without me. You don't, you know what I mean? Your life completely ends. Or some people say they love you and then they make you just a co-star to their life. You have no life. You just live however they live and going in their direction. You know what I mean? So what really is the love thing if you not letting the other person blossom as who they are, you know, instead of expecting them to translate everything in this universe like you do. You know what I mean? And that's a tough challenge and it's a tough thing to accomplish, but it's possible and it's what we work towards every day. You know what I mean? And tonight we're going to show you this connection, and we're going to show you the manifestation, and we're going to show you exactly how it was done by the ancients and how it's completely possible for us and beyond, okay? Which is going to go beyond, all right? You see what we're rocking tonight, beyond, all right? And we've been in the ship, we done went through the stratosphere, we done went into space, and we moving around through the universe, and we scoping it all, and we seeing that it's all us, and it's all us, and we're all it, you know? And that's how we rolling tonight, and we're gonna get right to it, family. I want to thank everybody once again for tapping in. God TV, and we're gonna keep doing this. We're gonna keep going. Ain't no stop to it. Y'all keep tapping in, and we're gonna keep decoding it every time. All right. Now let me show my screen. Let's get to it, family. Let's get to it. All right. Let's get to it. We said enough. All right. Let's get to it. Let me share my screen. Okay. Okay. We see it, family. Okay. The light bulb. All right. Light. Let there be light. Okay. Now, if we ask a lot of people, hey, where'd this come from, man? You know, they tell you in the books, all right, electricity and light, Benjamin Franklin holding a kite with keys, a man gets struck by lightning, electrocuted, you know, then they start to figure out all these currents and how all these things work, okay? That's what they teach, that's what they taught us, that's what they telling the babies, okay? That's important. That's what they telling us, that's what they taught us, and that's what they telling the babies, okay? Now, this man with the key on the kite in the storm, all this trickles down to what we see now, okay? Now, some of you, shout out to my people who saw me on Loyal to the Foil. They saw a little glimpse of what we about to talk about tonight, okay? Just a taste. But tonight we going all the way in with it, family, okay? All the way in, every single aspect, okay? That was just a little glimpse just to show you some of the connection for the new viewers who hadn't seen the pod. Tonight is the whole presentation, family. We're going to end the season with the whole presentation, family, all right? And any of y'all who've seen that little glimpse on the Loyal to the Foil, they already know we about to go there, okay? So if it goes any further than that, then you know we're taking it there, all right? Once again, shout out to Loyal to the Foil and 1 Foot in 5D, all right? Y'all make sure y'all tap in. Now, anyway, here we go. Let there be light, okay? Okay? We done talked about how they said it was done, all right? But as we've been looking through every pod, every episode, we've been seeing that everything that they brought out now is technology that we were already using. And I mean, as human beings, were using then in the ancient times, okay? So we already know if we see this, all we got to do is dig a little deeper and we'll find where it was in the ancient times. And here we go right here, family. This is what I found. Okay? Okay? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah. You see it? You see it? What's it say? Electrical lighting technology depicted on 3 stone reliefs. A single and a double representation in the Hathor Temple. Okay? We see it right here. All right? Now, you see the glass, you see how the bulb is formed, all right? You see it, okay? It's right there, all right? Now we see what makes the light in the middle, okay? We see it right here. And we all know in the mysteries, the serpent was the energy, was the wave, okay? We see it right here, all right? Now, we all know the Jed pillar. We all know the Jed pillar, okay? Right here, right there, okay? Okay? So we seeing right here already off the top. So we seeing right here already off the top that this was not an invention by anybody in the 1800s or whatever year they want to call it, okay? These inventors, these inventions, fairy tales, all right? It's as simple as that, fairy tales, okay, family? We're looking at the light bulb and the lighting source right here, okay? Where they using it at? They showing us how they would do it inside the temples when they was building deep down inside the earth, okay? This is what it looks like. My people who saw me on Loyal to the Foil, we was talking about the light under the inside the temples and the tombs. Here it is right here, family. I told y'all we was gonna take it all the way there, okay? Full presentation tonight, all right? Season 1, okay? Season 1 finale tonight, okay? Full presentation. So we see it right here, okay? We even have the diagram, okay? Of course, controlled by the priest, who wasn't just a religious figure, okay? The priest was the scientist, the philosopher, the scribe, the dictator of the scribes, many hats, okay? So he knows the wisdom of how this works, so he's controlling it, all right? So we look in here to see that it's on the stone, okay? This right here, you might say, oh, that looks a little weird. No, this is it right here, okay? You're looking at it a little better, the other picture, and we can see it's right here in the stone, okay? So we look over here to the right, we see all the components for light to conduct electricity to bring light, okay? So we seeing it being used already in the ancient times, all right? They always give you this, so-and-so invented this, so-and-so thought of that, so-and-so left a sandwich sitting on the counter, so-and-so got struck by a lightning with a key on the kite, all right? That might have been some field testing, but that's not the original thoughts, okay? That's all we saying. We're not taking away from any field tests or any experimentation done, but they had to respect the fact that the only reason they experimented was because they came across ancient wisdom on the subject, okay? That's just the bottom line. This is undeniable, okay? Let's continue on. Now, we see over here the Jed pillar on the right, all right? Down here, we see the Ankh, okay? They carried them everywhere, all right? Now, this Jed pillar that we seen here, and we seen here, okay? This was ancient technology, okay? You see right here how they're using the copper and the zinc to conduct electricity, okay? It's saying right here exactly how they did it, okay? A jet or battery is made by placing two dissimilar metals on either side of a piece of papyri, soaked in salt water or acid. Greater power can be realized by increasing the number of units, okay? So they're telling you right here, all these things were natural to the Nile Valley and Africa itself, okay? All these things were easily came to come upon, all right? And this is what they're showing in the symbolism of what the thing looked like, all right, in their explanations. Nothing mysterious, nothing spooky, okay? You see, it's a battery, Jed battery, okay? And we see it here. You need a power source, it's right here. You see the plug, you see the cord. Okay? This is showing you it's a transmitter of the JED, okay? Here's the main JED. Here's a minor source, like a power box, all right? They say we can't read the glyphs. They say we can't read the walls, but we're doing it here, and I'm showing you how possible it is, okay? Main source, secondary source, okay? They only needed one JED to power other boxes to create other lighting, just like how we do today, adapters, all right? We're here tonight, family, I'm telling you, okay? We didn't come play no games. We never play no games. Whenever I pull up, it's straight science. And we're going to break it down to its purest form, family. iGod TV. Okay? So we see how they got it here. So we're looking at the battery. Okay? Let's continue on. All right? So here we see over on the left, we see the battery. All right, you see it? It's a staff, the symbolism of a staff right here. Looks like a staff right here, okay? Well, we see the battery, all right? Where'd they get the technology of this from? You see it right here on the right of it, the human spine, okay? And you see the battery, you see it right here. What do they tell you? What do they always say? Don't let them put a battery in your back. Okay? 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 Go deeper into the words, all right? Here is the battery in your back, right here. Okay? They always say it on the street. If somebody put a battery in your back, they put a battery in your back to get you going, get you hyped up, or whatever it is, whatever they mean at the time. Here it is. Here is the battery in your back. Okay, what's this say? A JED or battery, okay? It's right here. It's right here. Powering the body, your chakras, come on, the nervous system, the brain stem, all connected to the battery source, okay? And what do we know it is? Solar power, solar powered. Okay? Same as this. They were able to use the solar power to charge these things. That's why they say about charging your unks, charging your crystals in the what? Sunlight. Okay? All these things are naturally charged by the sun because we talked about it on last pod, the charged particles. The charged particles go to here, charge up and activate the battery. Okay? Which helps us do it here and here. You follow me? Okay? Okay, you see in the power supply, all right, to the human body, which they manifested into something material to create this. All right, we're gonna show this one because this was first. It was before this. This was the original technology right here. Okay, let's continue on. Look over to the right. We see the the symbolic representation of both physical and eternal life, okay? All right? The loop of the Ankh represents feminine womb, all right? while the elongated section represents the masculine penis, okay? These two sacred units then come together to form life, okay? This was this symbol meant, okay? Look at the bottom. Same exact thing, creating life for human beings on this planet, okay? You see the womb, you see it here, you see it in the ovaries, okay? You see it here. That's this top part. The bars and then the circle, then the womb, the circle at the top, the arc, okay? You see it here. Here, you see, is the birth canal and the vagina, but also where the penis goes, okay? We're not going to get too deep with that tonight, so y'all bear with me. Excuse any of my people that don't like to go there, but this is just the natural facts, okay? And this is where the penis goes, okay? Here, when you insert it here, you have the activation to do what? Form life. These two sacred units then come together to form life, okay? Same thing, that's what's happening right here. And this was the symbolism for it, okay? Nothing spooky, nothing about a false god, nothing about worshiping of nothing else but the creator himself. This is showing another expression of the creator, a power that he gave us through him, through it, through her, okay? Because it's all. Okay, so we're seeing right here on this slide, family, the two connections. We see in the battery, and we seeing how life is being created, okay? The Jed pillar, and we seeing the Unk, okay? The life is the light, okay? The life and the light right here, okay? And we seeing how it works, where it originates, where it comes from, both technologies, okay? Okay? Now, let's continue on. All right? Now, on this Unk, we see here the sexual organs, the reproductive organs, okay? In the male and the female, okay? Because this is even how it looks in the male, okay? This part, okay? And this is where the shaft goes to create life, which we've seen, okay? And this is the symbolism of what they did. And you see, if anybody knows the scarab is what? Resurrection, okay? Bringing life right here. And we see that's where it happens inside the womb, okay? This is what this is. This has nothing to do with anything spooky, all right? This is the science of the human family, all right? Let's continue. All right? Now, we're looking at what we're talking about, the battery and the Jed, okay? This is how the Kemites were breaking it down, all right? Now, you see the spine, which we know is the original Jed, okay? Or battery, all right? We see the positive and negative waves going around it because we saw earlier that the serpent represented the waves, all right? So we see the negative and the positive waves going around the spine, which we've seen in the earlier pods go up and down through the nervous system and through the spine and activate the chakras up and down. Okay? Now we see here, they're showing us how the Jed pillar, they got it from the spine. Okay? They thinking it's the god of the underworld, a dead god, is what they tell you. But tonight on iGod TV, we're telling you that this is the representation and the mystery of the spine, the battery, and the power source of the human body. Okay, they're showing it to you right here, and they're showing you that they're showing you what they found out about it and how they used it to manifest something out here of use for us. Okay, now you see here at the bottom it says, "Master the fire of the back, the life-giving fire." Okay, All they talk about is a fear of the fire, all right? And we're not talking about some weird, spooky fire that's supposed to consume you. This fire has been said it can consume you if used wrong or activated wrong, but this is what naturally is already running to keep the body going, okay? What we're saying is use of it on purpose, okay? All these things, there's a whole universe of things inside of you that are going on without you even being conscious of them, let alone having to make them happen, okay? The activation is making a few of these things happen for empowerment, okay? And it's possible to turn the consciousness on to activate these things when needed, okay? And that's what we're showing you, and that's what this whole presentation is all about, okay? So we see the Jed and we see the spine relation, okay? And then we seen how they put it together from earlier with the copper and the zinc in between the papyrus, all right? Power source, okay? Let's continue. All right. Now, right here is just what I want to show you about how they trick you in their fake translations. All right. They got you spooked already. If we hadn't just talked about the Jed and the Unk over here, you wouldn't even want to look at this. You'd be wondering, what is, you'd be scared of this. You'd be scared away. If we hadn't just went over what we went over, you'd be scared away from the symbolism that you see right here. Okay, now let's do a little decoding for my family who like to break things down to the purest form. Okay, what we got here, we know this the Jed, all right? You see it? We know this the two energies, all right? And you see it down here on top and the bottom, polarities, all right? But you got the two energies, the battery and the positive and the negative. That's what these are, just letting you know the difference, okay? Okay, you see it? Representing the two energies, okay? And the three glands, the holy trinities are right here. You see the trinities. So we're looking at it again. We see another one that they would tell you was a god, okay? No, it's not. We see the what? Jed, of course. You see the two energies, positive, negative. Look at this one though, family. The polka dot jacket, okay? The leopard jacket, okay? That's what we're talking about the sunspots, okay? Showing you here that the spots activate and channel through this with the sun and activate this battery, okay? And we see the same thing here, okay? The two energies, the two polarities, and the Jed, the battery, all right? Okay, now over here, we see the Jed with the two brothers down here, probably plugging it in or taking a plug from it into something else, all right? And then we see the Unk on top of a Jed, okay? Why has it got the arms up? Sorry about that, family. Why has it got the arms up? Okay, with the what? Light at the end, okay? Why is it holding the light up? All right, because with the Unk on top, combined with this battery and this electrical conductor, you're able to bring this light, okay? And we're gonna show that here in a few. But right here, we're gonna show you how they were using it already in the ancient times in the technology and where they got it from to use it today. Now, right here, it says, between the avenue of the Sphinxes stood two generators, okay? A and B. A is a sending generator, B is a receiving generator, all right? Between these two antennas, a solitron or vortex field is generated, all right? You see that? Between these two antennas, a vortex field is generated. It is on this field that the heavy building blocks were carried, okay? Okay, so what we're saying is through vibration, they were able to move things that they couldn't do with their own hands, all right? Now you wanna say, oh, okay, that's just a theory. How's that possible? Aliens really did it. Human beings could have never built a pyramid. But we're gonna continue on the show in season 2 and show you exactly how they did it. But right here tonight, we're going to give you a taste of how it was done and how to use that technology to build on their level. Okay? Let's go. All right. Now, we see here what you would think was the medical symbol. All right. Now we're going to show you why it is the medical symbol and why they use that. Or some people might say the staff of Tahuti, the staff of Hermes. Okay. This really is what we already know, family, the spine. Okay. And here's the two energies. All right. And here's the connection between some of the planets with those energies is what they're showing you right here. Okay. The connection to Godhead, the third eye, the pineal gland, like we were saying. All right. They're breaking it down for you right here. Then if you look over on the electrical sense, same thing. If you're looking at the battery, this is how they figured it out. This is how the Chemite figured it out. Okay. These energies and these connections that he knew spiritually. Okay. He knew that it was also a physical manifestation. And this is how he was able to put the diagram together to harness that electricity or to activate that battery on a physical level or to build an external battery for his own use. Okay? This is how the technology transformed from spiritual to physical. Okay? Okay? Now, we seeing what they took it and they made it into a physical thing for our use today. All right. This is why we were using it. All right. And the technology and the blueprints are right here. All right. And this is how they took that wisdom and made it to what we use today up on our light poles. Okay. Okay. Right there on our light poles today. We see it right here. Okay. Modern high voltage insulators. Okay. This is what they call them now. All right. This is what we call them now. They saying it's modern. It's right here. Ancient jet columns. Okay. Nothing modern about it. Nothing about it is an invention. Okay. And we've proven it right here, family. No games, no more questions, no more twists to the truth like they've been feeding us for all these years, okay? And this is just the surface of it, all right? We're just showing you here how even on this level that we've been lied to, all right? Even on this level, we've been lied to, like they brought everything to this world and it's just not true, okay? I got TV. All right. So we see right here where they're using it at right outside. All right. Same technology. Okay. That they charge us to and make us pay for. All right. Now, here we go back into the Ankh. All right. Now, we're going to show you how they got the electricity to work with the battery. All right. Now we're seeing right here in the ancient scrolls, this is the spiritual part of it, okay? This is the spiritual diagram of the Ankh and the Jed, okay? All right? Now, we look over to the right and we see the physical diagram of the Jed, okay? And all they did was take this technology of the human and make it into a technology for our use of the humans. Okay, all these things are right inside of our body. These are right inside of our body, which we've seen on the other slides. This is the technology of our bodies that they used to make things for our use. Okay, this is how deep the technology was and deep the science was. And they want to make you think that people were less intelligent when actually we haven't even surpassed their intelligence. We still use their intelligence to keep our life going. We haven't even surpassed their technology. Okay. And we're seeing it right here. All right. You're seeing the electrical components of the Ankh and the Jed. All right. From spiritual to physical. All right. Now, here's another diagram of what we just seen. But here it is in the body. All right, here it is in the body. Okay. And here it is as a device. Okay. Here it is, right here is the device. Electromagnetic light pulse propulsion. Okay. Propulsion means to send off light. Okay. And I'm going to show you what they meant by that sending off light, that light pulse, that light propulsion coming from what? Right here in the human body. Okay. Remember that light propulsion, family. All right. We going tonight. We doing this, family. Season one finale. iGod TV, live from planet Earth, baby. The activation. All right. Just the activation stage right here. Okay. Okay. You see, left, and then on the right, the light propulsion. Here's your boy Tesla with the Jed, okay, or the battery, okay? And here's this technology that they claim was his invention. They always giving it to Tesla. Oh, no one was as smart as Tesla. We should go back to what Tesla was saying. Oh, he was the smart one. They took everything he had. It was never his to have. He took it from someone else. And we showing you exactly who. Okay? We showing you exactly who. Okay? So if you're going to take it back anywhere, this is where you go. Okay? Because this was no invention. This was no invention. This was no original thought. This was technology taken from the ancient times and claimed for their own and prospered and gained control and power off of this technology that they had stolen themselves, had never came up with this. There's no such thing as these inventors. Okay? There's no such thing as these inventors. Okay? And if you thought there was, here it is tonight to show you. Get off that. Okay? Get off that. On every level of the lies, we washing it all away. Okay? On every single level of the lies, we washing it all away. Okay? Let's continue. All right? Let me prove it. Let me prove it. Okay? You see it. It's the first thing you see, family. I know you see it. All right? Here's the technology of the Ankh. Okay? Showing you the beginning of the E equals MC squared, okay? That you want to give to your boy Einstein, okay? Okay? These inventors, these philosophers, no. None of these are original thoughts that they tell us and they teach our babies, okay? They teaching our babies to give credit to these people who never came up with the knowledge actually, all right? It was knowledge learned and borrowed and used for their own prosperity, okay? And never gave back to the original families who they achieved it from, okay? Okay, so we seeing right here how they got E equals MC squared from the comedic knowledge of the Ankh, okay? This expression represents a wave traveling at infinite speed and time, which we called het, separating darkness and light, kek and keket, creating a hidden amen evolutionary train of events, okay? Which is what? Light, okay? And many things actually, which we're gonna show later on in more pods in season 2, but we're gonna show you many things that was done from this. Electricity was just one of the things, okay? Giving us light to build these ancient tombs and to respect our family members when they transitioned on, which is one of the reasons that we put all this together, okay? Which is one of the most important, okay? Now, we look over here to the right, it's showing you how it's brought together. And it's showing you how they still use it now, but they took the feminine energy out. It's all masculine these days if we look at the theology, okay? But that's not how it was in the ancient times. It was the combination of the two energies, okay? They want to always make it a him now. And this is why they rock with that cross. It was never like that in the ancient times, okay? And we see right here, based on the feminine principles of nature, spirituality, and peace, okay? With the masculinity down here as the foundation, as the seed, all right? Here, based on the masculine principles of theocracy, politics, and war, see? And it's all masculine. There is no womb. There's no life that can come from it, only death, okay? And if we see, it's not even a balance, it's not even balanced like this one, okay? Looks more like a sword, which represents death, okay? So this not even a balanced cross. It's more like a sword, to tell you the truth. And it represents nothing but politics and war, which equals death, okay? Over here, nature, spirituality, and peace. Principles, not gods, okay? Let's continue. All right. Now we're showing some more technology on even how the pyramids were used on this technology. All right. All harnessing electromagnetic energy to create light. Okay. Now, if we look on the left, well, first let's look on the right. Okay. We see in the basic diagram of the Great Pyramid. All right. This is what they would tell you if you went over there, or if you read these books that they write, this is what they would give you, okay? But if you're tapping in to iGod TV and the sacred Kemetic science, we're looking over here at the left. And what do we see, okay? What do we see? An electromagnetic device, okay? Okay? You see it right here. Look at the diagram, all right? Here they selling you on the right, King's Chamber and air channels, all right? So they could breathe, which they never find any bodies in there. They weren't burials. The pyramids were not tombs, okay? There were no burial bodies in there, okay? So they tell you all this was for the king, and this is in the queen, and this is for all their burial purposes. No, over here we looking and we see the resonant quantized chamber. We see the acoustic filter for the vibration. We see the microwave signal input. They saying, oh, why is it lined up with stars? Why could you see a star? It must have been observation towers. It was observation towers to be able to channel in this energy from these outputs. So see, you see the input and you see the output going in and going out. Here's down the hall is the resonation of this vibration, okay? See, we're going to go deeper into this a little later, but I'm just showing you the basic diagram of what the Great Pyramid was used for and why it was built by humans. Okay? You can dispute that all you want, but we're going to also show you later on how human beings built the pyramids, exactly how, and how they failed a few times in the building of them. Okay? But that's on a later pod. Let's go back to the light. Let there be light. Okay? Now we're seeing how they're using this. How the Great Pyramid was built to create the electricity, to create power. Let's just say power, all right? Okay? Now, how was they using the power? How was the power activated? Let's show you right here, okay? You already know on iGod TV, we don't play these games. We don't leave nothing open for discussion. We don't leave nothing for question, okay? Each step is going to the next step, okay? Going to explain the very next step, okay? Now we showed you how they used it and what it was used for. Now we're going to show you how it's done, all right? Born, build, universal. Let's go. Now, we see the crystal quartz, the quartz crystal, okay? We see the vibration and the compression, all right? Right here. Producing electrical output, all right? And we all know that they took the capstone off of the pyramid, which we all know was a crystal, okay, for the electrical output, okay, to honestly light up the whole city, all right? It's like how we have street lights now, okay, but we're going to show that later. All right, now if we look on the right, we see the oscillator, like if you see what Tesla could claim he invented, okay? Now, why is the earth up under the oscillator, or what they call the pyramid, okay? It's the energy source from what? The core, which they say it's a flat earth, but how do they explain the core? And the energy source and the power source that's in the core, which has been said is even more powerful than the sun itself, all right? Now, we look at the bottom, it says, a coupled oscillator will draw energy from the source as long as the source continues to vibrate. Okay? So as long as that vibration is on this earth, the pyramid will always draw energy from the core of the earth. Okay? And that's exactly how they connected it and used it as a power source. Okay? All natural power source. Not like we're using today, have to burn fossil fuels and all these things that they use that destroy and take time off of the universal clock. This is the technology that was used by the ancients that actually preserved life and actually made life longer and carried life longer because it was a more pure energy and a rechargeable energy for everything on the planet. See, this electric and gas and things we use now, it doesn't replenish itself to the planet and the things on the planet. This energy was used to replenish also. Okay? It was used to replenish also. That's the difference. Okay? Because if you want to say, oh, it's just the same technology, then there's nothing wrong with it. This was used to replenish. What they use now, you can't be replenished. It can't be replenished. All right. It doesn't go back to the human family or the living beings on the planet, period. Okay. Okay. Now, here's another diagram of the pyramid. Okay. Now we're looking at how the ionosphere, okay, the energy and the voltage from the ionosphere was able to be absorbed into the pyramid itself through the input, okay? Because we saw over here, this air shaft was the input of microwaves, and this was the output of microwaves, okay? So now we're seeing how the waves are coming in from the ionosphere to be absorbed, okay? So you got it coming down here, absorbing the energy from the core of the earth, okay? And then we got the energy coming down from the ionosphere, as above, so below, all right? To activate the power, activate the oscillator, okay? Let's continue. Now, here's another technology that they were also able to come up with in the ancient times. I wanted to just show you this to show that not just the light bulbs, not just the pyramids as a base to light up the city like how we do it today. I want to show you another example of how they use the technology from the human body, don't forget, to create things for our use on this planet, okay? Now here we see, now this is a battery, okay? This is another form of battery, a rechargeable solar battery, okay? Now we see on the left and the right, the two diagrams of the same thing, and they're showing us exactly how it was made. So you can see the electrical components from what we know from before of how it has to come together to create the electricity, okay? The copper, we see it, all right? Okay? This was a rechargeable battery, okay? That was able to be used, a wireless battery, so to speak, to be taken with you, to be used on things so you didn't have to plug in all the time, just like how we have now, okay? Like I said, there's no inventions, all right? Here's the wireless battery, okay? Now, see, here's the evidence of the wireless batteries, okay? We see right here on the left, they holding them up, charging them in the sun. Okay, family? Okay? There's no more time to play these games, all right? We see the technology from the earth and from the human body and how we put it together, okay? The manifestation from you, all right? These are things that the ancients learned from us, ourselves, okay? Studying the human body, okay? And they were able to come up with these things for us to use today, all right? And here's the evidence right here, family. iGod TV, all right? Live from planet Earth. Okay. We see right here the sisters charging the batteries, okay? The cordless, wireless batteries, all right? And if anybody ever seen Indiana Jones in the Temple of Doom, these crystals and these type of things would light up. These stones, they look like were really crystals. And this is what they were looking for these type of crystals, all right? That we were using to charge in the sun, to use for light, to be able to take with us and to use around the house and around the temples and just whatever we needed them for, family, just like how we do today. And this is what we're showing you, okay? Okay, we see Akhenaten and how he's charging the batteries in the sunlight, okay? And we see the sister behind him charging the lights, okay? We see it right here, family. All right. This is technology that's been here for thousands and thousands of years. It's always been in use and has been borrowed, not even borrowed, has been taken from the ancients with no credit given, okay, and used for prosperity of other people and to make us work for every day to be able to have these things that the ancients were using freely. Okay, created a whole matrix of responsibility around us for things that the ancients used freely. Okay, they took claim of it all like it was original thought from them, and they're these great inventors when it's not true. It's just not true, and it's been used all over the world for thousands and thousands of years, and it was technology that we all used, and we did not have to slave to use it. Okay. We did not have to spend 8 to 12 to 10 to 16 hours away from our families to use it. Okay. Okay. We want our lives back. We want our lives back. Okay. Now. Okay. Not later. Now. Okay. Making us slaves every day of this responsibility matrix that you created to make us feel like we have to work for these things, and to be a good person, you have to work for these things and play your part for these things to have them and enjoy them. When truthfully, they come from all these things we enjoy come from us, they are us, and they are ours freely. It's our birthright on this planet, okay? These things have been taken control of and used for the mental and the physical slavery and this matrix of responsibility that they built around us, which creates this anxiety and creates this depression because we feel like we can't achieve on our own to get these things. We have to work and slave and do these things to achieve them. Okay, just what we talked about earlier, reliance on other things when we still end up empty. Okay, because they keep it at arm's length from us to not achieve it because they took control of it, which is just us. They control us on every single level, on the physical level and the manifestation level of the things we brought to life. Okay, total control of all these things, and we're here to take them back one step at a time, family. Okay, that's why we here. That's why we tapping in. I want to thank the family. I love you. We're not done yet, but I want to just thank everybody for tapping in and always tapping in and sticking through this and working through this journey because we're taking it back and we're not going to go any further listening to the lies or believing the lies or teaching our babies the lies that they brought us and that they call education. Okay. And we're not going to give the credit to the people who they forced us to or tricked us to give the credit to. And we definitely not going to let our babies do it. Okay. Okay, let's continue. All right, so we see here how the technology that we used to create light and to construct our monuments is what they brought in today and gave credit to a man for coming up with this theorem over here on the right, okay, which we know he did not come up with. We proved it here tonight. All right, okay. So if you need to screenshot that, go ahead, family, and it gives the explanation. I made sure I kept the explanation at the bottom so you can show exactly how they came up with that theorem before Einstein was even born. Okay? Okay? Screenshot that if you got to, if you need to show them, family. All right. Now, we've seen tonight how the things that manifested today, where they come from, how they were created, and what they mean to us, okay? What they are to us, okay? It is us. They are us, family, okay? Now, if anybody caught me on Loyal to the Foil, when I gave a little glimpse of this, we said they take you and sell you back to you, okay? This is the proof right here tonight, family, okay? They take the science of life and light, which is the science of you, and use it and sell it back to you. Force you to work and slave for them every day to pay for the things that they got from you that are you. Okay? And that's the secret that they never tell you. These things are you. You do all these things naturally without even thinking about them inside of your body. Okay? But there's a way to tap into these things to use them for your use. Okay? And we've been showing that this whole season, family. Okay? How you tap into the frequencies, how you tap into the chakras, how you tap into the human jed, and how you tap into the human ankh, how you tap into the human brainstem of Osiris, how you tap into the third eye or the pineal gland, okay? To do these things that we're looking at right here, creating that light, family, okay? Creating that light, okay? To be that creator for yourself here on this planet and make these things happen for yourself and live the life the creator meant for you to live, okay? But the first thing you got to do is have the knowledge of self, okay? You got to have the knowledge of self. And this is what we've been giving you this whole season, all right? This is the knowledge of self. This is the first stage of the Kemetic science, okay? The knowledge of self. All right? You have to know thyself first. Once you know yourself, then you see the connection between you and everything. And then this is the avenue to see how the creator works. Now, we may not be able to fully comprehend the creator because they say even the things that we know is just a glimpse of what the creator really is about and what the creator can do. But through this little glimpse of what the creator gives us, we can see a reflection of the creator, okay? A piece of the glory of the creator, all right? And through this science is how it's done, okay? They try to scare you away. They try to tell you to leave it alone. But truthfully, this is one of the closest glimpses you're going to get of the creator and of creation. Okay, family? Okay? Now, let's continue on. Now, we see here on the left what we were seeing earlier and how they use the core of the earth, the vibration of the earth to resonate with the pyramids, okay, to create this power, okay, to harness this power, all right? Now look over here to the right, okay? Let's prove it. Let's prove it, okay? Let's prove it. We see right here the Temple of Apollo in Delphi, okay? We see the construction of the temple, all right? You see that? Look in close. We see the construction of the temple. Now look to the right. Computer circuit board, okay? Same construction, same harnessing of power, okay? And if you remember on the last pod, I showed you how the binary code is used, how the binary code is the universal language, the language that Neo saw, okay? In the Matrix. All right. Now we see it right here, how they built the temples in certain cities and certain holy sites to be able to do what? Absorb this energy from the planet Earth. Okay. And we see how we use it here from a battery of what? A power source in a computer to harness that energy to make a computer run. Okay. Okay. Now look under, okay? It's more than one, okay? Let's keep going with the examples. Here it is in New Mexico, okay? Right here. See the construction of it, family? Here's another circuit board design, okay? From the power source right here, or power source of the computer, okay? To activate these circuit boards, okay? To create this energy, all right? Here's another one in Iran, aerial photo in Iran, all right? You see how the city is set up, that area? Look right here, computer circuit board, family. Exact duplicates, okay? iGod TV. We're going into the decoding stage, all right? And this is some of it right here, okay? We seeing how they built the cities. Look underneath, all right? Here's the Giza Plateau, all right? Like we see on the left, absorbing the energy from the earth, okay? Now we see at the bottom right over here, the Giza Plateau, right above that, computer circuit board, okay, family? Okay? From the power source, okay? Okay? This enables us to calculate, okay? So did this. And then you wonder how this ancient technology was done, how these stones were moved, how these stars were seen, how the universe was studied, okay? And I'm showing you right here how we harness the energies from the universe and from the earth, as above, so below, and use them to create the technology that we have today, family, okay? You see it right here. Even the cities built on this energy grid, and what we use today in these circuit boards for energy grids that we use today. Okay, family? Nothing is new under the sun, like we've been told in the ancient stories, okay? Okay? These inventions aren't inventions. These things have been done, known, and used for millions of years, okay? Okay? It's just in the hands of people right now who want nothing but power and to make slaves of the people of the planet. That's the only thing that's going on right now. It's in the wrong hands. And that's why I'm wearing that Star Wars tonight, okay? To show you about to change that over. The Jedi are here, all right? We have returned, okay? Okay? Now, I was showing you the circuit boards, okay? And showing you the energies, okay? Let's reiterate. We seeing how it's coming from the sun, like we saw in the last pod, coming to the earth. And we see in the language of the stars and the sun, okay? Okay? Same language used on me to communicate on the circuit board level, on the circuit level, okay? Same language Neo saw in the Matrix, okay? Right here, binary code, all right? This is what this is giving off, the earth, and this is what the sun's giving off, okay? And the stars, okay? It's the universal language, okay? It's the universal language, okay? And you saw it in the Matrix movie, right here. And we're seeing how it's being used, okay? How it's been used in the ancient times and how it's used now. That's what we've been showing you through this whole season, family. How everything we use now was used then on these levels, okay? They might try to trick you and fool you into thinking they study other things, but they don't. They come up with these other dogmas and these other belief systems and theologies to throw you off what they're really working on. And it's all ancient technology, okay? That they make evil to scare you away from so they can continue to keep the power. Because once we tap into this power, which we do on this show, on this channel, they won't be able to control it anymore because now we know how to use it for ourselves, okay? This is the new independence. Mentally, spiritually, and physical independence, okay? Okay? Now we're seeing the language, all right? And where they got it from and how they use it, okay? Okay? And we're going to show you exactly the evidence of who they got it from and how they use it for themselves. Like I was just saying, okay, it's in the wrong hands. They got it from the ancients and they use it now for their own greed. And I'm gonna prove it to you right now, family. Okay. 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 You see it right here. All right. You seeing the great master builder? May Asar be pleased. Meruka. Okay. Master builder, Meruka. Okay. And you see he got the left foot forward. Okay. On the side of the heart. Okay. Now right here, he's wearing the apron of the builder. Okay. The apron and the collar of the master builders. Okay. Which were mental and spiritual builders. Okay. And in front, you see, he's showing you that he had the technology of the pyramids. Okay. That's why the apron is shaped like this, to show you we built the pyramids. This is what he's telling you. Hey, you want to know who did it? We did. Okay. And I was one of the architects of one of them. Okay. He's showing you right here. He's holding the pyramid in front of you. This ain't no alien. This ain't another one from outer space that crash landed. This is an original human being on the planet Earth showing you that he had the technology of the building of the pyramids. And these are the great builders, the master builders. And this is one of the master builders, Meruka. Okay. And if we look over here, we see George Washington, the so-called first president, okay, wearing the collar and the apron of the builder. Okay. And here are the building tools. Okay, physically and spiritually, okay, because here's the above and the below, the positive and the negative, okay, along with the building tools of a carpenter, okay, just like your Christ was a carpenter, they say, okay, because he probably wore one of these in one of these lodges, all right, but here's where it comes from, family, okay, they wearing the collar, but here's the difference, they wearing the collar and the apron, but what's missing? The pyramid, okay? They didn't have the technology of the pyramid, okay? What's he holding? The gavel and the book, law, okay? This is what they use and this is what they brought to the world, okay? Law, restriction, responsibility, the matrix, okay? Here's your matrix, okay? This is what they built from this technology, from this science, okay? This is what the ancients built from this science. This is what in the modern day men of power did with this science. Law, responsibility, which we also know equals depression, anxiety, slavery, poverty, all those things that come with it. All these things on the left that came with this technology was prosperity and connection with the source, okay? This was connecting you with the source. This was connecting you with a physical source to enslave you, okay? That's just the bottom line. This is what they brought to the table with that science, family, okay? So from here on, when you see symbols like these, okay? It's nothing to be afraid of, and it's nothing spooky, okay? Because we look into it, we can decode exactly what everything means, and we know that we're just looking at a science, an explanation of ourselves, something that's going on inside of us, okay? When you look over here and you see it, the directions, the 4 directions, and you see, they would say they were the 4 gods, but it's not. It's the directions, and it's actually the placement in the human body. We know the brain stem is the Osiris. We know Aset is the Kundalini coming down from the balance, okay? And we see in the 2 brothers, which are the positive and negative forces going up the body, okay? So that we can no longer be fooled by what they kind of give us as these translations, okay? We can translate these ourselves now, and we can tell exactly what they meant and what they are, okay, family? So from here on out, we don't see these things as what they told us they are and what they like to make us think they are. These are us, and these are true things that are going on inside of us that represent us, okay? And that's all they will ever be, okay, family? Okay? Okay? You see it? Right here? Right here, family, okay? It's us. It's always going to be us. It's always going to return back to us. From electricity to gods to functions to inventions, so-called inventions, it's all going to come back to us. It's always going to lead to us, family. So if anything you take away from this season 1 is that polytheism did not exist like they say it did. These were not gods, these were principles, okay? And they try to scare us away from it with those words like gods and things like that, and devils and demons, so they can use it for themselves to continue their power over the human family and the planet Earth. Okay? Because this is the real meanings of all these things. Okay? You see it right here. These are the meanings of these things. All right? So when they scare you away from it so you will never learn it, they turn around and study it all day and night and create all these things in this technology for us to use and pay them for. Okay? The technology that they just get from us. Okay? And this is how they've been doing it, and this is how they've been keeping their power, by hiding this and saying, keeping it under the terms of mystery. Well, it's no longer a mystery anymore. On here on iGod TV and the family is no longer a mystery to us. Okay? Things change, and they change now for us and for the better and for the family. We no longer have the reliance. We no longer looking for you to do us any of these favors. We going on the journey ourselves, and we activating ourselves, and we becoming one with the Creator, regardless of the things that you put on us to stop it from happening. Okay? Okay? Now, once again, I want to thank the family that's been tapping in through this whole season for these few months, and taking the time to wait through so I can put the technology together, put the show together to make it come out right, and make sure everything is put out simple and plain for us to do the knowledge, the wisdom, and the understanding, so that we can use it for ourselves as a tool, to activate the things that we want out of life and to teach it to our children so they can do the same thing. This is not knowledge for me. This is not me trying to be anyone's teacher. This is me passing on the knowledge that I was blessed with to you and the viewers and the rest of the family, so that you can take those tools to use it for what you need to use them for. Okay? That's all this is. This had nothing to do with teaching. This had nothing to do with ownership. All this is the handing down of that wisdom so that you can use it and that you can give it to the babies. Okay? Because if any time needed is now. All right? So much illusion going on and so many things going on to where we always lose track of what we really should be focused on and what we really have going on. And it's a lot of power that's in our birthright that was given to us by the Creator to achieve these things that they harness and use for themselves and don't allow us to tap into by using words like evil, demons, and things like that, and we stay away from it and we never activate, which gives them all the opportunity to keep us as the sheep and for them to continue to be the shepherds. Okay? But through these episodes, family, I'm just hoping that we figured it out and that you following through and you seeing the connection with things, you seeing a piece of how you can activate in your power, at least a little piece of your power, and how you can use it for yourself, okay? And do the research, tap in, study up, get the books, get on the internet, and keep tapping into this show, and we're going to keep moving forward, and we're going to keep expanding, and keep doing the research for yourself too. Okay, you don't have to believe everything I bring in these presentations. I put it out there for you to study it yourself. That's why I make it plain and simple for you to go back and study it yourself to achieve even higher levels than what I even brought to the table. Okay, family, it's a shared experience for all of us. Okay, because this knowledge is all of us. We've been showing that all this is all of us. All right, there's no separation in it. It's just an expression of the one thing, showing His glory in many expressions. Okay? Now, I want to thank everybody once again for tapping in to season 1 of iGod TV. I'm your host, Born Build Universal, transmitter of supreme science on earth and the universe. And this is iGod TV. Peace.